Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we are going to be talking about Lann Reynn's rework, their LD and BT, and also Garland's rework and his BT Plus weapon. So, as always, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content, and real quick, I'm not going to read the entire text that was released from everything that got released last night in JP, so I'm going to try to summarize it as much as I can to try to make it simple and understandable for you to know exactly what's going on here in the JP side of Opera Omnia. So all right, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about reworks. So first, we're going to talk about Lann Reynn's rework. Their skill 1 got an increase in brave hits to 6, and it is now an AoE move, and it deals HP damage. Now, when you are using the plus version of their skill 1, it actually breaks on enemies before it even does a single brave attack, which is awesome. And it turns into a 5-hit Thunder Earth AoE Magic Brave plus AoE HP attack done twice with an increase to their brave potency. Their skill 2, when using their skill 2, the non-plus version, it got an increase to hits all the way up to 6. I think previously it used to be 3 or 4, and it is also now an AoE move, and it deals split damage as well. When you are using the plus version, it turns into a 5-hit Ice Water AoE Magic Brave plus AoE HP attack dealt twice with an increase to brave potency. Now for Garland got something really nice. So for his skill 1, his round edge ability, he actually got an extra 3 uses now. So now he has a max usage of 8, which is awesome. Now when he is using his round edge ability, the total brave hits were increased to 4. The overflow was increased as well, so now it is up to 150%. Previously it was at 120%, and now it deals 20% splash damage to non-targets when using round edge plus, and you get that from from using his LD ability. It turns into a 3-hit AoE melee brave plus single target HP attack plus a 4-hit AoE brave plus single target HP attack, and on the final HP attack it does that 20% splash damage to other targets, which is awesome. So now his skill 1 is able to do, I mean, it's not fully AoE, but I mean it's able to do some damage to other enemies on the team, or on the field. His skill 2, the Soul of Chaos, it also received additional uses. It got an extra 2 uses, so now previously it was at 8, now it's at 10 uses. When using the Soul of Chaos Plus, it turns into a 3-hit melee brave plus HP attack, followed by a 3-hit melee brave plus HP attack, and followed by a 4-hit melee brave plus HP attack. Now his LD board actually got something changed as well. It improves the following effects of Chains of Time based on the stacks that he has. Now the HP damage dealt also has been increased. So now it starts off at 20%, then as the stack starts going up, it'll go up to 30% now. The Stolen Overflow limit also got increased, where it was starting out at 20% and now it has been increased to 40%. Now Lann Reynn's LD weapon, which is called the Kaiser Knuckles and Orichalcum, which equips him the LD ability called Mega Flare. It has 4 uses. Now it is a 4-hit AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack dealt 3 times, and this is a full HP damage attack. When attacking a single target, it increases the brave damage dealt by 60%, and it allows for 150% overflow. It inflicts for 4 actions the stack resist down to targets, and it also grants them 4 actions of the Mirage S, the Mirage L, and 10 actions of the Summon Mega Mirage to themselves. If there are at least 2 enemies, it triggers the Mega Flare again, an additional trigger only once per turn, and it will not consume ability usage on the following turn, excluding some abilities. So they basically, after you get their LD ability, your skill 1, skill 2, and C65 receive a free ability use. Now, the nice thing about their LD ability is the fact that if the more enemies that are on the field, the more damage you're going to be seeing out of Lann Reynn's just abilities in general, because like now that everything is full AoE, now that everything is just like, it has overflow and everything like that, which is what they needed. I've been saying that for the longest time. They have become an AoE nuke at this point with the amount of damage they are able to dish out. Like, I saw a video earlier today where Lann Reynn, alongside with Kate Sif, with a friend Yuna that was summoned, and a few LD calls, they dealt 15 mil damage on their burst attack, which is stupid. It's crazy how powerful these twins have become now as an AoE nuker. Now, the buff from the summoned Mega Mirage to themselves, depending on the amount of enemies, which we'll talk about it, will act as if there's 3 enemies on the team. So they get an attack up of 40%. The overflow limit gets increased by 40%. The elemental weakness brave damage dealt up is at 40%. The HP damage dealt is at 30%. Now their brave attack turns into brave attack plus plus, which is a 3 hits AoE melee brave attack. And it also extends the buff Mirage S and Mirage L by 2 actions. Their HP attack turns into an HP attack plus plus, which is a 2-hit AoE brave plus AoE HP attack, and it deals split HP damage. And it also extends the buffs Mirage S and Mirage L, except it extends it by 1 instead of 2 from the brave plus plus. So that's cool. Now the LD call, which is a 4-hit AoE magic brave, actually it's basically the same thing I just said not too long ago. Their call effects though is very interesting, because depending on the amount of enemies, the user, the caller, gets an overflow limit up of 30% and an elemental weakness damage up by 30%, which is solid. That is a very solid call right there for anybody who is trying to deal some strong damage, or for any like future AoE damage dealers. This call effect, if the enemies don't resist any type of like elemental type of attacks, then this call would actually be very nice for said unit, and it lasts for 6 actions too, which is fantastic. Their BT weapon, which is Storm and Blossom. It is an 8-hit AoE Magic Brave plus AoE HP attack dealt twice, and it deals 4 HP damage. When attacking a single target, Brave damage dealt is 60% like usual. The max Brave damage cap is at 200% or up to 29,997. The maximum obtainable Brave and HP damage cap is increased to 350% up to 500k, basically is, well, I'll just sum it up. It triggers the following burst effect for 6 actions. The party, depending on the number of enemies again, so we're gonna act like there's 3 enemies on the field. Overflow limit gets increased to 50%. Brave damage dealt increased to 50%. That is a solid effect right there. Brave damage dealt up is very good, especially with trying to counteract brave reduction, brave gain, and all that stuff. So that right there is a solid thing right there. 50% if there are 3 enemies on the field is fantastic. And I mean, usually we go up against like 2 enemies, maybe 1, but I mean, I don't think the twins would be doing too crazy amount of damage whenever you are just facing 1 single enemy. But like against 2 or 3, it's pretty solid at 30% and 50%. That's pretty damn good. The HP damage dealt 30%, and the maximum obtainable Brave and max HP damage cap is also increased to 40%, and the burst effect will not stack if you have 2 twins on the field. BT plus for the twins though, the revised Blossom Storm Brave HP hits plus force limit up. So at 0 out of 3, it turns into an 8-hit AoE Magic Brave plus AoE HP attack dealt twice, increase in Brave potency by a tremendous amount. The Brave damage cap is increased up to 200% instead of the previous 180%, and then it also increases the max obtainable Brave and max HP damage cap up to 350%. That's a big difference compared to the 270% of its original BT ability, and that is just by throwing a book at the twins. So that's good. At 1 out of 3, you get an extra turn in the burst mode. At 2 out of 3, it adds the following effects to the burst effect. It improves the overflow limit by 20%. So previously it was at 10, 20, 30. Now it would be at 30, 40, and 50%. That is, yeah, it's no wonder the twins were doing so much damage in that showcase that we watched yesterday. And then the max HP damage cap increased by 10%, and it goes up to 40%. Damn, it's no wonder they were dealing so much damage in that showcase yesterday. That's that's stupid. And then finally, whenever you max out or you BT plus the BT weapon, you unlock the BT ability, the Revised Blossom Storm. It's not, that answers everything right there, because I'm just like, they have had to have given them an increase in overflow and also HP damage up of 40% and 50%. These twins are nutty. These twins are disgusting. Now Garland's BT plus. So for I don't even know where I'm going with that. At 0 out of 3, whenever using the BT ability, it turns into a 10-hit AoE melee brave plus AoE HP attack dealt twice with an increase to brave potency. The brave damage cap is increased by, what was it? Up to 150%. So now Garland can do a max brave damage of 25,000 basically. And then the max obtainable brave and max HP damage cap by 300%, or used to be 300%, now goes up to 400%, so he can deal up to 500k. At 1 out of 3, you get an extra turn in the burst mode. At 2 out of 3, it extends the duration of the burst effect by 2 actions. Oh wow, that's good. Because so real quick, Garland's BT effect is very, very good, and it's reasons why he was used so much when he first got his BT weapon. Now to have his burst effect extended by 2 actions, oh my god, I'm leaning more towards BT plusing Garland instead of the twins. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, but no, that's fantastic. I like decisions, man. Then it improves the following effects of the burst effect based on the stacks. If so, at 1 stacks, he gets a 60% up on the brave damage dealt up, and then at 5 stacks he gets 100% of the brave damage dealt up. At let's see, the max brave damage cap, let's see here, at 30% you would be doing 12,998 brave damage. But if you go all the way up to max stacks at 50%, you will be doing 14,998. Damn, that's a lot of brave. I mean, you will probably be camping easily, depending on, like, of course, team comps and everything like that. But that's a lot. And then finally, at 3 out of 3, he unlocks his BT ability. So, but anyways, though, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the twins rework, Garland's rework, the BT pluses, etc., in the comment section below. And I don't know, I may make a separate video talking about more. I might do a separate video talking about more of the on who I should BT plus, because I'm at a standstill. I don't know who to go for. So anyways, though, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will catch y'all in my next video.